What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be about wiring up the trolling motor on the Baycraft and installing the two 12-volt deep cycle batteries. That's what this video is going to be about. But before we get over to Skiff land and get to work, I was cruising Marketplace this morning and I found another lean post, and it's way better than the lean post that I got yesterday. That lean post cleaned up really nice, but when I put it in the Jones Brother, I think it's a little bit too wide, so it's not easy enough to walk around. So this one popped up and it's way nicer. It's actually brand new. It's 650 bucks. That's what it was listed at, but it's brand new. He ended up going a different direction, whatever. I messaged him and I said, what's the address? I can come today. He sent me the address and I said, okay, it's about an hour and a half. Is that okay? And he said, man, you're spending a lot of money. The least I can do is help you save some money on gas. Let me meet you halfway. I was like, whoa. Like it's like a jump scare to run into somebody who's actually cool on Facebook Marketplace these days. And I was like, man, by all means, that would be perfect. So right now, we just ate lunch at this Mexican joint down the street, Cantina Louis. We both got kids meals, like a life hack, brother. Whenever they put it in the to-go box, it's like not a kid's meal. Good portion of chicken, good portion of rice, a little side of queso. We just had a nice car date. I got the baby. She just fell asleep in the back of the truck. We're gonna cruise halfway to wherever this guy is, pick up the lean post, and I'll show you when we get there. It's a pretty sweet lean post, all right? So I mean, I think it'll even look sweeter than the one we cleaned up yesterday. But like I said, I'll show you when we get there. Weedman's Grocery and Meat Deli. I got here a little early, so I'm gonna cruise in, see what they got in there. The old lady wants a sweet. I need a Powerade Zero. We'll see what else they got. It's on State Road something. You got the Tommy, kind of like a little baby Tommy. I want the big dog, you know what I mean? The big tomahawk handle. They do indeed have Powerade Zero. I might grab one of these lighters too. The roulette wheel, or let's grab the roulette wheel. This one's got everything. 17 right there on the money. Grab this one too. That's actually such a cool lighter. I need one for later anyway when I'm doing heat shrink on the wiring. So this will actually get a lot of use today. But little roulette lighter never hurt nobody. Plus that 17 was just staring at me. I just got in the car. It's empty. Dude, I don't know if you gotta add butane or something. I'm about to go ask the guy. Dude, what am I gonna do with this? You know? Ay. Swapped it out for this one. No 17s, but she works. I walked in, the dude was like, what do you want? Like a real old school deli behind the counter type of guy. I want a lighter that works, huh? We're sitting in the truck waiting for him to get here, kind of bored. And we're guessing what vehicle he's gonna show up in. And I said a white F-150, and she said that that's a really good guess. And she guessed a gray Tacoma. And I said, all right, I'm here. I'm under the sign in a blue Dodge Ram. He said, I'm pulling up in a gold Explorer. Never would have guessed, brother. Never. Just got the deal done. This lean post is actually really nice. Has a cool shape to it. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek right here. And then the seats are right here. I'll give you a better look when we get back to Skiff land. But I just wanted to say, right when he got here, he just took it out of the Explorer and just put it in the back of the truck. And I was like, oh, I wanted to talk numbers maybe before you put it in the back of the truck. But I didn't talk numbers. I just said, what was it listed at? And he said, man, I listed it at 650, but for you, I'll do 6. And I was like, okay. I was like, that makes me feel better. That means I don't have to be the bad guy negotiating or whatever. And I was just like, I appreciate you for driving all this way. I appreciate you loading in the back of the truck. Man, 600 is a stealio. Stealio. And he was a cool guy. We sat and chatted for a little bit. Now I got to go to West Marine and get some wires. And then I have to go to Academy and get some battery mounts. I got to go get some other stuff. But I'll check in with you when we get back to Skiff land. Guys, we just made it back to Skiff land. Let me show you this lean post because she's nice. She's super nice. This still needs to be mounted. This cushion still needs to be mounted as well. But brother, she's nice. She's brand new. She looks so good. A lot more narrow. So let's go see how she looks in the boat. This is also a comparison between the two lean posts. This one seems to be a way better fit for this vessel. This one was super nice, just a little wide. Just a little wide. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I don't know why. It kind of gives the half tower vibe, kind of. I don't know why. I just looking at it. If I do the right center console, I feel like it'll give that vibe. So we'll have like a standard lean post center console setup, but it'll seem like a half tower vibe. So super stoked on that. I also want to say that this project right here relies heavily. The squirreliness meter relies heavily on if I can find my wire cutters. I don't know where they are. I need a toolbox bad, a workbench and a toolbox. But I have just so many things laying around over here. I haven't been able to find my wire cutters in a couple of days. So this whole project relies heavily on this. I'm gonna do some digging. Wish me luck, because if I gotta use these needle nose pliers or I gotta use some old janky scissors for this, we're still gonna get it done. Just a little more squirrely. I've been looking everywhere. I can't find them. I can't find them anywhere. I've torn this place apart pretty much. I have no idea. I feel like they're gonna randomly pop up at some point, but this is everything that I have. These are the janky scissors that I was talking about. We'll try and make do. These are the needle nose I was talking about. We will also try and make do. I want to say another thing. I was gonna go with just standard 12 volt deep cycles because I thought that's what I had. This is one right here, and I thought this other one was a 12 volt deep cycle as well, but it's a starting battery. So, not what I need. So we're at least gonna wire everything up, and then I'm probably just gonna go the lithium route again because I have 2 lithium batteries over there. I just don't have a lithium battery charger. Here's a couple onboard chargers that I have acquired over the past couple projects, and I was gonna use just what I had laying around. But you know, it never hurts to do the upgrade. Lithium batteries, lithium battery onboard charger. So we're gonna do that. Today, I'm going to wire everything up and just have it ready to, you know, plug in. Which is a shame because I got these battery trays and everything. That was rough. But this is everything that I got. All right, go easy on me. I probably didn't get the right stuff, whatever. I'm gonna do my best to get this trolling motor operational ASAP so I can get out there to the jetties and get fishing. That's the ultimate goal here. Everything else, you know, My wiring skills are not the best, but it's all about determination. I'm determined to get out on the water, and that's the ultimate goal. So I'm gonna do my best to make that happen. I went to West Marine, they didn't have a plug or anything. Trying to figure out what is the best route for all of this. I got some thinking to do. I have everything here because the stores that I went to didn't have everything that I needed, but now that I see this, I think it would be really proper to put a plug right here and just cut these wires and just, you know, add a plug. And then use these wires underneath to go to the battery. I think that would be the cleanest way to do this. So instead of moving too fast, I'm gonna go to a different store. I wasn't gonna go to it, as a little out of the way, but I'm gonna go to a different store and try and get a plug and then come back. So hopefully that's super fast. I just got back. I know this is gonna be a crazy plot twist, but I picked up 2 Interstate 12-volt batteries and I got the plug. So now we can actually finish the project today. We don't have to wait or anything. And 2 Interstate batteries, man, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. Those are 2 good batteries. Let me look for what do you think? You think we clean up this onboard charger, put it in there as well? She's a little dirty, but we clean her up. Took a little time. She cleaned up rather nicely. She'll look good in there. I think this is the one that was in the boat previously. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she's going back home. I was connecting the 2 batteries in order, and because it's like there's muscle memory, I had it just kind of laying here. Obviously the muscle memory flipped back, hit the other terminal, and just started welding, brother. It got pretty sparky in here, but got it off. Now these 2 are in line. Now the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative on the trolling motor. Now I get to snip these right here. Boop. Connect these to this part of the plug. I need to drill a hole. I need to mount this onto the front deck. And then I need to wires from the batteries here. So the only thing that I'm not gonna show is the process of mounting the batteries down below. I think it'd be hard to get some camera angles, etc. So I'm gonna do that and then check back in. Batteries are in there nicely, nice and even, nice and pretty. Now I can move on to, let's do this one now. This one seems easy. Keep in mind, I'm using rusty needle nose pliers for this, so I can't expect too much. That worked really well. That also worked really well. Yeah, I figured this is where I'm gonna struggle. Dude, I'm not good at wiring. Let's just put that out there. I'm gonna do so many things wrong. Maybe I'll use the scissors for this. These scissors are dull and rusty also. Dude, I know somebody's out there just screaming at their TV right now. Okay. We got one down. Not bad, not too shabby. I'm trying my best. Bear with me. I guess the scissors actually did do some work. Just to split up that casing. All right. Back to the needle nose. All right. Sure. All right, we're in there. Let me grab All right, this is what's going up top. Bingo, bingo. I think I have some more of this somewhere as well. I need to find it. Hold on. I found it. Dude, I swear, straight up, took almost an hour to find this. I couldn't figure it out. It was in an old toolbox. I don't even remember putting it in the toolbox. All right, I'm gonna do the rest because I don't want to bore you to death. It's not gonna be right. I'm gonna watch a video, whatever, and then I'll check back in. I have everything crimped together. Now I'm just gonna make this look pretty, probably with electrical tape or something. I'm gonna do my best. I wouldn't say I made it look worse. I also would not say I made it look any better. I don't know, man. I don't know. That looks kind of silly. Looks a little bit silly. That looks kind of cool. I just zip tied it just like that. Cover up the electric tape job. That'll do for now. That'll do. All right, now I need to drill a hole somewhere. Get everything out of the way and then start drilling. Probably somewhere. Maybe somewhere over here. I was gonna show you how I'm gonna make this hole, but I don't want the squirreliness to scare anybody off. So I'm gonna drill the hole. I'm gonna mount the plug. And it's gonna be a surprise where I put the plug. I think it's the most proper place to put the plug here, actually. So I'm excited. I'm gonna get to work and then I'll show you. I could not be more upset right now, dude. They gave me 2 females. Female. I mean, honestly, they didn't give me this. This was my surprise spot, dude. They didn't give me anything. I grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed it. That sucks, dude. All right, I gotta go back to the store. Actually, it's getting rather late right now. I don't think I'll be able to post the video today anyway. I was really trying to knock this out, to get the video out on Sunday night, but I don't want to rush. You know, I don't want to make any crazy mistakes rushing. So I'm going to slow down and I'm going to go get the new plug tomorrow, I suppose. Oh man, that's a bummer because that was really the last thing that we had to do. All right, I'm going to make the wires that are going to go from the battery up to the plug. I'll do that now, and then I'm going to call it a night. Go eat dinner with the family, and then I'll see you tomorrow. So I'm laying in bed with my baby right now, having a good evening, and it just dawned on me that I didn't explain thoroughly enough as to why I went and I got those two deep cycle batteries rather than using two lithium batteries. And basically, it's because all the lithium batteries that I have a bunch right now. They're all from lithium battery companies, and I've used them and tested them and had a good time with them on the channel. But nobody has sent me two identical batteries. And for a 24-volt system, I think it would look tacky to have two different batteries up front. Although it would still be better because they're lithium, they'll last longer, perform better. They just don't look the same. So I went out and I got two identical batteries just to make it look nice and neat and proper. I mean, if anybody wants to send me two identical lithium, I'm not going to say no. But for now, that's what's going to be in there, two twins, 12-volt deep cycle batteries to complete the 24-volt system for the trolling motor. I just wanted to say that, clear it up. And because earlier in the video I was talking about lithium being better and that it's an upsell to upgrade to the lithium, yada yada. This is why we have those two batteries. Alrighty fellas, it's day 2. I was gonna wait till I got to the shop to say this, but I can't hold on to it anymore. I just went and I got the appropriate connector that I needed. I needed the male connector. I accidentally got the female one yesterday. Just so we're all up to speed, a male connector has male parts, a female connector has female parts, like a hole that the male part plugs into. It makes perfect sense, huh? Anywho, I was just at Academy doing the exchange. Look me in the eyes when I say this. This was the most uncomfortable moment I've had in so long. The guy behind the counter was a guy dressed up as a woman. Okay? Dressed up as a woman, had the long hair and everything. And he said, is there anything wrong with it? And I was like, oh no, I just grabbed the wrong one. And he was like, well, okay, well, what is the difference? They look the same. I said, no, one has male parts, the other one has female. I needed to get the male one, I actually got the female. He said, oh yeah, but that's not always the case, right? I was like, you know what, buddy? Have a good one. Have a good one. I'm out. I don't know what to say. I'll see you at the shop. Just made it back to the shop. I got some green 8-gauge marine wire from West Marine. Why is it green? Why is it 8-gauge? Well, that's all they had. And then I have the new plug. I'm ready to get rocking and rolling. But first, we got some packages to open. I'm stoked. Chick-fil-A. You need to explain yourself, son. Sorry for the quick pause in the middle of the juice, but this is a message from future Anthony. I just wanted to say that the next 2 clips, or the next clip, I'm going through some boxes of some things that some sweet, cool people sent me. But we were standing in front of the fan whenever we were filming, so it sounds like we're in the middle of the ocean, dude, on a windy day. So I just wanted to say that the homies over at Real Bright Electric sent me this hat, and I couldn't be more stoked. I just wanted to say that because you can't hear a thing in the video. But I'm still gonna do the video because I want you guys to see it. But yeah, that's just a little message from your future boy. First of all, the good homies over at Real Bright Electric send me a hat. The sticker. So now, I'm tired.
Okay, we should start adding stickers like up here.
Look good?
Yeah.
Secondly, the homies over at Tim got sent me a lithium battery. This particular lithium battery is super cool because, check this out. I don't know. I've personally never had a lithium battery or a battery at all with a screen on it. I've had a couple other lithium batteries that you get an app, but this one is right there. Everything you need. This is the 12-volt battery, 100 amp hour. I don't know. I think that's super cool. So, there you go. And then lastly, a good homie from the YouTube channel saw me yanking around boats and struggling and everything, and he sent me a trailer dolly. So I'm gonna open this up here in a little bit, and I'm gonna put it over there because this particular boat is really hard to move around without something like this. I can't thank him enough. So I'm gonna do this in a second, but this is gonna take a process. I need to do the wiring first. I can't keep losing focus. Gotta do the wiring, then I'll come back to this. First things first, I'm gonna wire up plug. I'm gonna cut this in half for now if I have to shorten it, but I think I'm gonna end up routing around and up so that there's not a wire just hanging out in the middle down there. So that's why I got it super long. Good news at least is that this is 8 gauge, this is 8 gauge, and this is 8 gauge, so it'll at least all be matchy. I don't know, I think you're supposed to use 6 gauge for a 24 volt system, but I think this 8 gauge will be fine. I have the plug all finished up, ready to be installed on the boat, and have these wires through there. Everything is crimped, spliced, electrical taped. I'll tell you what, these crimps got a better tuggy than a cheap Thai massage, and they didn't break loose. So I think we're ready to start installing, and then I'll pull the wires through and see how much I need to cut off down here just for a clean look. I marked the negative cable with a black electric tape little thing. That way in the future, we'll know that this is negative. These are what I'm gonna use to route the wires along that side. I think I'm done, pretty much. I'm taking some time to clean things up, make it look nice before I show you the end result. I actually think I did a pretty good job. I'm not the best at wiring, so let me just say that. But I think I did all right. I used all the right wires and connectors, everything. Everything was pretty good. The end result was pretty good. The process to get here was kind of a train wreck. That's why it took 2 days just to do what should have been an afternoon project. But this is just another disclaimer that this is not a how-to channel. So hopefully you didn't tune in to see the real step-by-step process on how to wire anything. I'm still learning. I learn pretty much every day something new. For example, one of the things that if you were trying to watch the step-by-step that I did wrong was you're supposed to have an inline fuse or a breaker going from your trolling motor to your battery. I don't have one, not because I don't want to do one, but just because there was not one anywhere. There wasn't one at West Marine, there wasn't one at Academy. Everywhere is sold out of everything right now. And that's what makes my job pretty tough sometimes, because I have to figure things out in other ways. It's one of the reasons why I've been considering moving down south. Parts are so much more readily available down south. It would make day-to-day life a whole lot easier. And it would definitely speed up the process of certain builds. Like this build would have been done. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna clean everything up and I'm gonna show you the end result that I'm actually really proud of. So it's nice and clean. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. We got there in the end. All right, we got there. Let me clean up. Took me a little bit of time, but I think we got there in the end. Let me grab one of these remotes. Bingo. All right, so I installed this part of the plug to the existing wires to the trolling motor. Then I installed this plug to this spot of the boat, of the deck. And then I got these two 12-volt deep cycle interstate batteries. Let me hop up in here so I can get up close and personal. All right. So two 12-volt deep cycle batteries interstate. And I wired the plug to the batteries. And then I wired the two batteries together. And then I wired the onboard charger to the batteries. That was the only place that really made sense. That way this spot is still open. I was gonna put right here, but then that would kind of eliminate this spot for the most part. So I put it up there. And got a life jacket over here. This is the old main fuse for the trolling motor. I considered reusing it, which I might if I can't find one by the end of the day. But that's what we got. I think it actually looks pretty nice. This is all just the wiring for the onboard charger, so you can just plug this in and charge up these batteries. I'm actually stoked. I think it came out really good. I was worried that certain things were gonna look janky. I put another thing over this whole entire piece just to make it come together a little bit more. Let's try and fire it up, huh? Also, I know this looks upside down, but it's just the most natural way to plug this in. Oh, we heard the beeps. Oh, system is ready. That's beautiful. At the end of a job, everything just lit up, you know what I mean? And then when I'm done, unplug. All right. This plug was $20 and this plug was $20. And then 12 feet of 8 gauge wire from West Marine was also, it was $10. It was on sale. So stoked on that. And then what else did I buy? The two batteries were about $100 each with an $18 core charge. And I had two other batteries laying around. So about $100 each. The two battery trays were $14 each. So, I mean, wired up the old girl for not too much money, eh? Now we have a proper fishing vessel. I'm stoked. All right, that's gonna do it. One more look at the Baycraft. She's still looking nice and shiny. I'm stoked on the gel coat, how that turned out. Yamaha F60. I still need to lower it on the jack plate. And then I guess all that's left other than cleaning the old girl up is wiring up the bilge, the live well, the Simrad, the speakers, just the wiring and the plumbing as far as that. But we can still go out and fish this thing before we get the wiring. I am gonna have to lock myself in here to wire up all this. I'm gonna have to turn on some YouTube videos. I'm gonna have to have all my wires and everything ready. And I'm gonna have to lock myself in and really do that. Because like I said, my wiring is rough. I would love some help, but I would also love to really just take the time to learn it myself, if that makes sense. That way I'll have it up here for the future. But regardless, I'm gonna kill the video right now. I had a blast, man. I love this stuff. Yesterday I had fun. Today I had fun. I had the old lady and the baby here for a little while, eating some Chick-fil-A. Although that Chick-fil-A kind of went south. I'm just saying it how it is. All right, I don't know what was going on with that chicken patty, that chicken breast. I don't know, but I had a good time. That's what it's all about, man. Living and loving. If you love what you do, man, you'll never work a day in your life. I mean, we work really hard though. Don't get me wrong. Your boy out here sweating, but got the MINN KOTA 24 volt 80 pound ready to go. That's a good day's work. my opinion. Now I get to set up this trailer dolly, figure out something to do with this Tim got 12-volt battery, which pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Having a battery, or having a screen up here on the battery. I could talk about this thing all day, eh? I think that's pretty sweet. But I mean, I just, dude, when somebody sends me something, it's just next level appreciation. I can't thank you guys enough. The battery, thank you. The trailer dolly, thank you, dude. It's gonna change my life. The hat, thank you, brother. It's a sweet hat. Get you one, brother, get you one. All right, now I'm gonna kill the video. Trolling motor's ready to fish. All right, love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace. Man, I'm gonna be honest. It's been a long day, brother. I just yanked down this box for the trailer dolly. And you gotta put every single part together, man. This might have to be a project for tomorrow. That doesn't mean I don't appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you bad. But I'm about ready to go. Got the homie here, pull up on the S8.
It's pretty awesome.
Hanging out on the e-bike. Man, I'm closing up shop for the day. Fun little project. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Love you guys. Peace.